Okay, welcome back to more GT4 after a month and a half. If you're watching this in the playlist, you notice my stats are way the fuck different. Why is that? And my completion is like 55% less? It's because for whatever God knows what fucking reason, my save data got corrupted and I had to start the whole goddamn game over. So that's why this is so different, and also why there hasn't been any GT4 streams for about a month and a half, on top of doing other things, IRL. So, but anyway, I've made it back to a point where I can do 24-hour Le Mans with the 787B, so I'm going to. And I am going to do the oil change. And like the previous timed endurances, like the really long ones, not doing the whole thing on screen. I'm only going to do about 2 hours or so. So, let's hop into the endurances. Hey, Gabriel. So as you... Well, I see the Chevrolet Corvette, so... Because it's been a while, I gotta play the sound clip already, because we're against other race cars.
Call yourself a car, you're a disgrace to the road. Find yourself a scrapyard.
Gotta play that anytime we see the Chevrolet Corvette, or should I say the Shitverlet, in one of these types of races. Oh, wait, hold on. I think my transmission might be bad. Don't think I adjusted my transmission. Okay. Let's actually, let's do hard medium. I actually don't know offhand what the optimal tires are for this, so let's up this to about 16. Okay. Now, let's begin. Oh, right, because I adjusted my tires. I theoretically get a whopping 2 points instead of 1. But I'm going into B-Spec for most of this race anyway, so I will get 0 regardless. Thankfully, Bob has 7,200 points, so he should be fine. Alright, let's go. Also, I like the planes flying over the sky there. I'm guessing that's exclusive to this, because it certainly doesn't happen in any of the other races that have, or the other races here. Also, I don't know if they do that in the real 24-hour Le Mans. They might. Wednesday. Yep. Wednesday upload will be FFX for a while. And that will also be Thursday stream. I should be more awake this week. Poor Chevrolet had no chance. Yeah, absolutely not. Also, I fucked this up horribly. Well, the Toyota GT1's already in the lead. So ideally here, assuming I got the tires correct, which it does not look like I did, I would like to have my tires last long enough to where my gas is over halfway depleted before I need to make a pit stop. Although, I do know that you can do like 7 laps with the Mercury Cougar with Sports Soft, Sports Hard, but fuck using those tires for this race. Let's cut through the sand. It's been a while since we've done that. Also, I fucked that up because it's been too long. Played an NOD since last upload. I just played some Night of Doom today, like less than 20 minutes before starting the stream, to sort of get my bearings for Course 6. I did figure out the intended way to get Star 1, not that I'm going to do it that way, obviously. Obviously, I'm just going to glitch through the cage, which you showed me how to do. Although I'm pretty sure that's how I got the star originally, like a decade ago. I also found like 2 of the hidden numbers, which I did watch your videos for that. But I was just finding them sort of like when I was free roaming. What track will I use the Sauber? Probably in the Super Speedway, Grand Valley, and the Super Speedway, Grand Valley, and Tokyo. Whether it be in the endurance races or against F1s, I'm not sure. I mean, I would absolutely curb stomp the endurance race vehicles, but the F1s would provide more of a challenge. So actually, I think I'd do it. I think I would do those 3 against the F1s. I would do Nürburgring 4-hour endurance if it allowed racing tires, but it doesn't. Cutting through the sand. A nice 315. I did not start RDR2. I thought about starting it, but I think I'll start that after I finish Banjo, which I may or may not record, like, while this is going on. I don't know how I want to do this once I off-screen, but I definitely will record more, either today or tomorrow, because as you... Oh, wait, actually, I didn't upload that yet. I am at Click Clock Wood, so I'm almost done. So once I'm done with that, it'll just be Furnace Fun, Ginginator, remaining achievements if I don't just get them all anyway, and the cheats that delete my save file, because I do want to show that off. Oh, my idea for that? For 007 Fast Animation. Oh yeah, I mentioned this to you on Discord. I've already mentioned that I'm going to do... I plan on doing 200% enemy health, but I will just practice the normal mode. Well, normal, quote marks. With fast animations, because obviously that's like a completely different thing versus playing the game normally. So I need to practice just fast animations in general. Cradle will be real interesting, with Trev and the guards warping around the map. Oh shit! Fuck. And I still almost did a sub 310, despite that. Know how to do the grenade glitch? Unfortunately, I don't. If I knew how, I would absolutely do it. Cradle is terrible. It's definitely terrible DLTK. LTK is not so bad. Okay, I really need to slow down more for the chicanes. How do I kill enemies at the start? They kill you a mile away. What, you mean LTK? Or DLTK? LTK, you just fire into the darkness and they die. For DLTK, you don't. For DLTK, you run a perfect line behind Trev as much as you can and pray you don't get shot. I think it is RNG. Oh, in DLTK. Yeah. Either that or, like, go to, like, the very start of the area, like, where the body armor is, and try and bunch as many guards up as possible, and then, like, make them run around the square and then run away. But I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen it work. Literally every DLTK of Cradle I've ever seen does the thing I mentioned first, where they run a perfect line towards Trev and pray that you don't get shot. Definitely a reason why Adam Bozen says it's one of the hardest stages in the game to do with DLTK. According to him, it's the 4th. Underneath Control, Train, and Silo in that order. So I fucked this up. I hope I can do a sub 310. I will be rather sad if I don't do a sub 310 now. Sub 310, fuck yes. I can almost guarantee you that the car I'm going to pass is going to be the Chevrolet. I saw it for a split second, and yeah, it's the Chevrolet. Not a big surprise. Bye-bye, Chevrolet. You are a complete meme among race cars. Yeah. Now, I will mention while I'm doing this, when I was doing 24-hour Nürburgring with the, I believe I was using the R92, for whatever reason, at some point, Bob decided to just drive like a fucking grandma on her way to church. Like, he was not going any more than, like, at most, he would only go up to like 160 kilometers an hour or so, and then just slow down for no reason. Like, during the straight, he would not speed up more than about 90 kilometers an hour. On the straight of Nürburgring, have you seen this happen with Bob Gabriel? Because I've never seen him do that. I mean, he fixed himself once I made him go back to the pit stop. I resumed control for a bit. Also, these tires need to be replaced. And then once I let him gain control again, he behaved properly. You never saw that either. I even Google searched it, and, like, I saw a bunch of people complaining that Bob is terrible, just in general. Which, I mean, yeah, that's obvious, but eventually I noticed that my progress, or should I say how many times I've lapped everybody else, wasn't as high as it should have been. And then I noticed he was doing that. Alright, let's actually do medium and then super soft in the front. Let's see how this fares. My guess is that the game glitched out somehow. So I'm actually going to do a full fuel refill, because I'm curious how many laps this lasts and how much fuel I burn before I need to pit again. Also, when Bob drives, the tires don't wear out anywhere near as fast. But other than that, Bob has basically won me every single race that I am allowed to use him in. other than the Opel Speedster one, I think, because I had to do a few tracks of that. Why Grassley don't do DLTK? No. Yeah, he hates DLTK. How many people did it? Last I checked, the number was like 9 or 10 people, as far as I'm aware. What I would that number might be wrong. If you go on the elite.net website, find GoldenEye DLTK, and then find Silo. However many people beat that DLTK is the number of people that beat every mission DLTK. Since literally everyone does that one last for good reason. Ah, fuck. I seen that coming as soon as I hit the goddamn thing. I also just got the S license before starting this stream. It was like an hour before I started this. So I do have the Mercury Cougar, and I do plan on doing 1,000 miles at some point before the next endurance. And the next one will not be for a bit, because I still have a lot to catch up on. I would like to get caught up on a lot of things before I do the remaining extreme events. Although I will do the second Le Mans endurance before then. How much progress do I want to have before starting the extreme events? I ideally want to do everything before I do the extreme events. I might settle for like 85% or 80% before I start the first couple extreme events. Well, minus like the wind, of course, because I already did that. Not on this file, but in previous streams. Ah, fuck. I was gonna get a lap record, and then I fucking hit the fucking wall. God damn it. Way too far off to the right. In the mood to do everything again. About as much in the mood as I'm going to be, let's put it that way. But I've already done the worst of the, well, the hardest things in the game. I've already done all the terrible special conditions events. There might be like one easy difficulty thing left, but I did all the worst ones of those. I did mission 34 and the rest of the missions. Had much less difficulty this time around because I used the trick where if you hold R2, you can stay in the gear that you're in. That is really useful for the New York 3-lap battle and the Seattle 3-lap. So yeah, I did the hardest events in the game and got all the licenses. So yeah, I may as well just do the rest of the game. Oh, well, outside the F1 tournament, of course. Okay, I feel like these tires might be a little too rough. By rough, I mean they wear out too quickly. Even though I do get some good laps out of them. Hello there, Panas, who are also a terrible race car. Yeah, I think I'll just make a pit stop now. Okay, me not slowing down may have actually been a bad thing here. Alright, well, let's see. If I fully refuel by the time the tires are done, then this is bad. Yeah, okay. So when I race, I need to get harder tires next time I pit. Bentley's in second place now, huh? That actually kind of surprises me. What car do I use in the World Championship? I haven't done that yet. I still need to do... God damn, I hate this goddamn piece of grass. Anyway, I need to actually do the FF tournament, which I do know what vehicle I would use if I'm in the mood to do 200 points. But I need to do that and do, like, all of the professional events before I do the World Championship. And for that, I'm just going to use the F1. Because Bob should be able to win with that. Even though I can't adjust the tires, Bob should still be fine, I hope. And if not, I will just win the races that he can't. Because we know from previous streams that the 787B is more than capable. Oh, okay, the Toyota GT1 reclaimed its pole position. Well, not pole position, but second place. To the surprise of nobody. Hello, come on. Please don't hit the grass. The deadly piece of grass that causes me to die. Or that fucking barricade. Not barricade, but whatever, the raised thing. Next great Capcom will release will be CVX Remake. More than likely. Either that or Zero. If they elect to remake Zero. Zero is a lot. I know I've mentioned this, but I think Zero could actually do with a remake more than CVX just because of how jank Zero was at times. Or actually, another thing, if they do this, which it sounds like they're going to, when they remake RE1 again, that might be the next big one. Is there any chance I might be able to break a new lap record? I'm losing control. Yeah, this straight is... That straight is hard for me to maintain control. I need to improve. Hard and soft. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, when Bob takes control, he might be able to do medium and super soft. But again, AI is not affected by tire wear like I am. Okay, that was way worse than just going around it properly. don't know how worthwhile that was, given the amount of speed I lost. God damn it, brake better. I don't think I'm beating that 308. I think when TPL Motorsport did this, I think he did a lap record of like 259 or so. Although he was using the Sauber. And that was not on this Le Mans either. That was on the other one. The one with just a straightaway. No chicanes. Also high Corvette. By Corvette. Yeah, I fucked this up horribly. I believe that's the Pescarolo up ahead. That's in second place now. Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess they're jockeying for position. RE1 remake, but with modern RE game. Yeah. Yeah, with the RE under the RE engine, and more than likely with third-person shooting, like basically RE2 and 3 remake. Although they probably will still censor the hunter death, i.e. you won't be decapitated. That means that's what they did in RE3 make. There's a dude right there. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. Fucking Bentley in the way. That would have been a new lap record if the fucking Bentley hadn't been in the way. Big fucking rip. I would like to do a new lap record just to play the sound clip. Soul Reaver is available on PlayStation Classic. Yes, it is. I do remember seeing that, and that is another thing I should pick up, along with the driver games. Oh, I see you guys. I see you two up there. The Pescarolo and the Toyota. This probably would have been harder if I was able to have kept my original file with 23,000 A-Spec points, I think it is. Although I have no idea how many A-Spec points it takes for the game to get, like really hard.
It's a new lap record!
Gotta play it. Something tells me I won't be able to get a sub 305, but if I can, then holy shit. Yeah. Well, definitely not on this one. Something tells me that 306 is going to be the best lap I do. Because Bob won't be making shortcuts. So he's not going to do any lap records. And this isn't a super hard track like Nürburgring is. I won't just randomly lose control here. Okay, so we're a lap ahead of everybody. I could end stream, but I'm not going to just yet. Like, we will definitely be seeing Bob in action, and I want to make sure that Bob is in a good, like, I gotta set him up so that he can do everything. Like, basically, have him be as automated as possible. And also, I'm going to race until I need to pit. Ah, fuck. That was still a great recovery. Holy shit. I need to fix the Nosferatu fight. Oh, and CVX. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I was just thinking about that last week. How awful and how ass that fight is. Like, ironically, or unironically, the Nosferatu fight in Darkside Chronicles, when Leon's retelling the story of CVX, even though he wasn't there, and by the way, he mistells some of the information in the game, the Nosferatu fight is actually a lot more enjoyable in Darkside Chronicles, because it's a completely different fight. No way we get a lap record out of this, do we? No, we're just a bit too slow. Still, sub 310's not bad. You know what would make the fight fine? If the hitbox for his fucking heart wasn't the size of a fucking penny or a dime. Like, you... It's more precise than the stupid Reaper weak spots in RE5. Like, if it was the size of, like, let's say the plagas on the Regenerator in RE4, the original RE4, that would be fine. Just be somewhere near the center of his chest, and it would count. That would make things a lot more enjoyable. But no, you have to hit, like, maybe 2 pixels wide. It's fucking terrible. Also, the Steve escape would need to be like a... As much as I hate to say this, a QuickTime event would be better. Get out. Alright, if you don't get out of the way, I might play the last sound clip, too. Alright, let's see what Bob can do with these. And of course, we need to set him to a good speed setting. Like, we can't have him be at push if he's just going to spin out, for example. And let's fill him up. Because once this is automated, I won't be watching this constantly. Alright, let's see what he can do at push. Oh, and tell him to overtake. Because if you don't tell him to overtake, he will not overtake properly. Alright, we'll watch him. We'll watch him just to see how he handles these turns. So far, he's doing pretty good. He's not pushing the car as hard as he could, though. Go. Now, he's definitely not pushing the car as hard as he could. Notice he's only going up to 218 miles an hour, Whereas I was going all the way to 230. Now, for some reason, Bob doesn't like to go all out on straights like this. I don't quite know why. But so far, so good. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Well, let's see how he does the rest of the lap anyway. Oh. Yeah, he needs to slow down. Oh, ouch. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go down to fast. Let's see, how do you handle this? Okay, so far so good. So far so good. I want to say he's taking that faster than I do. And are you seriously about to pass the Chevrolet again? Oh my god. We're gonna pass the Chevrolet again. Holy shit. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's not good. Ford GT40 is the worst. Bob lapped him almost 80 times. Yeah, the GT40 in this is really, really bad. That being lapped 80 times is absolutely no surprise. In fact, actually, while we're doing this, hold on, I'm going to check something. Real quick. Okay. Do I have... Okay, good. I have it muted. TPL Motorsport, Gran Turismo 4. I want to see if the GT40 appeared in his run of 24 Hours of Le Mans, either of them. Okay, so let's see, the first one is and he's using the Toyota GT1 in this exact race. His best lap is a 3:17, but he does this completely clean. Unlike me, being a dirty cheater and going off-road and shit. I just want to see if the Ford GT40 is in here. Actually, I won't even know. Yeah, I won't even know how many laps he was behind. Okay, it was the Chevrolet for this one. And for the... Holy shit, for the other Sarthe, he's using the Sauber, and he's on lap 434. Like, how fast does this go on the big straight? 370 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that's damn near 250 miles an hour. Okay, unfortunately, neither of the... Okay. Unfortunately, we don't get to see. Or I didn't get to see. Let's speed up. Also, I missed Bob lapping the Corvette again. So obviously the rest of the race is essentially going to be this screen. But before I end, I do want to see what the optimal tire configuration should be for Bob. Because notice the front tires are now wearing out much faster than the rear tires. And let's see, do you crash again? Yeah, you crash again. So, you need to slow down. Pardon me. Never played PS1 and PS2 F1 games? I never have, no. Like, my introduction to racing games altogether was a Star Wars Racer, and then eventually this. Well, GT. Yeah, I never really played any of the... I never played any of the F1 games, specifically. Let's improve this to medium. And let's do medium. I'm curious what the tire wear is like for that. And let's refuel too, sure. But like, when I leave Bob to his own devices, like, I'm not going to be watching him refuel anyway. Okay. We are good. Alright, let's do fast again and see if Bob crashes there. It's the first chicane that Bob likes to struggle with. Okay, Bob didn't crash. Cool. Let's check the other chicane. Okay, good. And the next test will be if I set him to push. Push. That's not particularly smooth. But he recovered. Okay, now he's hitting the wall again. Okay. Back to fast. I'll be doing one more cycle after this. And then, unless somebody wants me to stream this longer, this is going to be most of the rest of the race. Just this screen. Which is not exactly engaging, to say the least. Not gonna lie, this was way easier to lap everyone than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I thought we were going to be here, like, a couple hours. Rear tires are wearing out. Ooh, and I think Bob just spun a little bit because of that. Alright, let's see if we can do... Actually, let's do 2 cycles. One with racing, medium, soft, medium, Yeah, let's do soft medium and let's see how this works. And that's about 40. Okay, 67. Fuck. Oh, fuck this. Fuck that meme so hard. Oh, I was gonna write it in the chat too. Just so I can see where the fuel is. Oh, that meme's fucking stupid. Like, I'm genuinely triggered that I stopped there. Well, I will say, at least Bob is, seemingly still outspeeding everybody. I mean, this lap doesn't count because he was in the pits. Also, I think Bob may have just hit the wall again. Will I redo 1,000 miles totally A-spec? Fuck no. Fuck no. I will do that totally B-spec. Besides, like, I just did all the American events before streaming this off-screen. Like, I did it all with the Mercury Cougar. Well, by I did it, I mean I had Bob do it. And he gained like 1,000 A-spec points. So something tells me that he has not raced with those kinds of vehicles yet. So I'm curious how many A-spec points, or B-spec points he gets doing 1,000 miles. Although, I do have to make sure that the 427 or whatever it's called is not one of the vehicles. If it is, then I'm going to have to re-roll. Because that car is a real menace. Like, it's every bit as much of a menace in that event as the Sauber is here. I'll point out I have done very little. I've done very little of the races A-spec. Other than, obviously, the special events. Or the special condition events where you have to. I think the only ones I did was like a couple races of the Opel Speedster tournament. and what I recorded and uploaded for YouTube. In other words, the FR tournament and the midget race. Okay, so with this configuration, Bob needs to make a pit stop every 4 laps. And that takes, let's say this takes about 40 seconds. I mean, this does take a while. Okay, 61. So he'll definitely run lower on gas. And, okay. Yeah, we'll say that's 40 seconds. Now I'm curious how many... I'm curious how much longer this takes per lap. And actually, I'm going to do one more test after this. And then probably end the stream. Because, again, this is not engaging. That doesn't count because he was in the pits. Yeah, it'll take a while before the extreme event streams happen. Like I said, I might do one before I'm properly done with everything, but no more than that. Okay, so he did a 321 there with slightly softer tires. Slightly softer. I forget how long he took with the other tires. But I think this might actually be optimal here. If I'm just gonna let Bob do all the work. Like, I'm thinking we won't see any extreme events until around this time in April, at the earliest. Okay, 320. 320, but the tires are still really good. So I think this is actually better. Gabriel, did you happen to pay attention to how well Bob was doing with the softer tires? When I was, doing soft in the front, medium in the back. If not, that's fine. But the fact that my tires are still good means I should probably just stick with this. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Because, like, well, the fact that I'm on lap 30, 35, and I still don't need to pit, it's probably better to just do this. Because if I need to make pit stops every 4 laps, when a pit stop takes 40 seconds, that would mean that I would need to do 10 seconds faster per lap. Actually, I think it'd be more than that, in order for it to be worthwhile. That was a 322. My front tires are worn for reasons. Actually, we're going to do one more test before we end stream and let Bob take over. And for a note here, if I ever do a 0 A-spec point run, which I kind of want to do, obviously all of this shit will be done off screen, including 1,000 miles. Like, a lot of that will be off screen because, like, we know Bob can just destroy something with good vehicles. Or most things, actually, with good vehicles. Okay, so this is like a 3-something. Not including the pit stop. Okay, I'm going to actually go harder tires. Super hard and hard. Let's see how many laps Bob can do before he needs to pit. And we'll go... The gas will raise that up to like 70. Nice, I got 69. I have no problem with 69. Alright, now let's see what you can do, Bob. And if you start races with racing tires, you cannot go down to sports tires. Not that I would want to, but if you did, you wouldn't be able to. G3? Oh, you mean GE. Fast animation, try to finish no matter how much they take, or will I find a roadblock? More than likely, if I find a roadblock, I won't bother. I forget how long it took Grasslude to do just normal fast animation, and he's obviously far better than I am. Like most of the, unless I'm noting that I'm trying to complete stuff in GoldenEye / Perfect Dark, I stream that for fun more so than completion. And if I don't complete it, it's like, yeah, whatever. Though I did do all the challenges in the combat simulator in one stream that one time. And that was pretty fun. Perfect Dark fast animations with 200 health possible. Probably, but holy shit, that would be hard. Although, here's the thing with Perfect Dark. No matter how high you set enemy health, if you hit an enemy in a critical area, i.e. like a headshot, or if you hit a scatter in the back, it will kill the enemy in question, no matter how high you have the health set to. So you can pause buffer too. A lot of people, when they do DLTK, for example, in Perfect Dark, they will pause buffer and like aim the crosshair to the critical area, then unpause, and then shoot. And rinse repeat. Which is such a bullshit thing, but you know, that is what a lot of people do for Perfect Dark DLTK. And also, weapons that are coded to instantly kill will still instantly kill. So, like, Trent's Magnum will still instantly kill everything. Ditto to the... Well, not that you get the far sight in any missions, other than Deep Sea. But the far sight would also instantly kill. I don't think I've ever actually seen Perfect Dark with fast animation. I might have to see if that's been done. If it has been, Grassloo probably has a stream of it. So these laps feel about the same with hard and super hard as opposed to medium and hard, so yeah, it looks like that this is going to be the optimal play. I'm also starting to think I should have given Bob more gas for this test. Okay, I was gonna forbid Bob to do a pit stop, but given that he's almost out of gas, I feel I should let him. And because I'll just say that this is the last lap I'm showing on screen. We'll actually watch Bob go to work. Alright, this is definitely the optimal tire configuration. Because with a full tank of gas, he should be just about needing new tires by the time he runs out of gas. We'll do one lap. Debating whether or not I want to show one more cycle. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just do one more cycle. Just to push it to 2 hours. Okay, we'll wait. Okay. So, I'm guessing he'll go about 8 laps. Oh. Keeping it steady. I will probably AFK during the thing, so I make sure Bob is automated. Looks like it's gonna be 7 laps. So the tires are starting to turn yellow. Maybe 8. Okay. Yeah, that's to say, please. Don't try overtaking them. Just go into the pits. I'm going to select nothing just to make sure that the game does move on. Because if you start in B-Spec mode, I want to say that it just sits there for a long time. Like, it just sits here for a while. Which it's gonna do anyway, but... Okay, cool. Alright, so the rest of this race is just going to be this repeated over and over and over again. And nobody needs to see that for another however many hours this is. So I'm calling this here. And obviously I stretched out the last cycle of this. So anyway, that is it for this stream. Next stream will probably just be more of the same, but I'm going to do it anyway for completion's sake. I don't know when that'll be. Pardon me. Yeah, I don't know when that'll be. So, on this note, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Farewell.